Hi Virgo, welcome to your monthly reading for September. No, not September, October. I did that with another sign as well. I think it was Capricorn. I don't know why. It's for October 2023. So the books you can see here at the sides are from the Oracle decks I'm going to be using for today's reading. This big book in the middle is part of a birthday giveaway. I've said multiple times on this channel that I'm a Libra. My birthday this year is on Friday the 13th of October. I've learned in probably the last year or so that Friday the 13th is actually associated with divine feminine energy. Libra is also associated with divine feminine energy. I mean, it's connected to the Empress in the tarot. Venus, Libra is ruled by Venus. Venus is also divine feminine energy, again connected to the Empress in the tarot. What else was I going to say about that? Oh, I also have Venus in Libra, so that's like another dose of divine feminine energy. My 13th birthday, many years ago, was also on Friday the 13th, and it's not a date that I typically associate with bad luck, but that was a very disastrous birthday party, I have to say. I mean, everybody was around about the same age, and 13 is actually probably quite an awkward age, isn't it? So that may be why it was a disaster. It was very awkward. My 18th birthday was also on the Friday the 13th as well. So I don't know why there's a theme in my life of having like milestone coming into womanhood birthdays on Friday the 13th. Anyway, if you would like this book, then send me an email. My email address is on my about page and it's in the description box. I actually only ordered one of these from World of Books and I got two. They sent me two by mistake. So they said I can keep the extra book and give it to charity. I'm giving it away on the channel if anybody wants it. If nobody wants it, it will go to a charity shop. If I get one response, that person will get the book automatically. And if I get multiple responses, then I'll probably pull a name out of a hat or something to that effect. And I will announce who gets it, if anyone does actually want it, on Friday the 13th on my actual birthday. Anyway, let's get into your reading for October. So we're going to start off with the Oracle cards. And we are using my favourite Oracle deck, the Everyday Witch tarot deck. Why am I, I'm quite tired today. I was quite hungry when I was doing Gemini's reading, and that reading was nearly an hour because I was so hungry I couldn't focus. And I am feeling quite tired today. I'm not sure why, but let's get on with your reading. So let's get your main theme for October, not September. So what does Virgo need to know for October 2023? That's your theme, Temperance. Temperance is all over the bloody place, I'm telling you. It's one of the cards that has come out for probably almost every reading. So Temperance is your main theme. So restoring harmony, restoring balance, potentially. Let's see what your energy is for October. At least your first card came out easily. The last two readings, Gemini and Taurus, the cards were just... either they wouldn't come out or they came out and like half the deck came out. It was just a nightmare. Right, Knight of Pentacles, that's a Virgo card there as your energy. No, that was too quick. External energies, any external energies? It's not just that it was too quick, because I know Temperance came out quickly, but it didn't feel right. So I'm going to keep the Emperor here as an external energy, and these two flipped, but I'm not going to take them. We're just going to leave it at the Emperor, and then we'll clarify and see what else comes out with that. I actually feel like both of these are likely your energy, the Emperor and the Knight of Pentacles, but we'll clarify and find out more. Any past energies that are impacting things here? Oh, you know why I'm tired? I didn't have coffee today. You've got the Judgment card as your past energy. Yeah, I felt a bit, well, very nauseous this morning, so I had to skip the morning coffee, unfortunately. So that's probably why I've got zero energy, although I drink decaf anyway, so wouldn't make any difference really, would it? But it's placebo. The placebo effect of having decaf coffee makes me probably feel more energetic. Right, current energy. I need to stop chatting rubbish in your reading, don't I, Virgo, because it's just dragging it out. Nope, I'm getting a strong no for that. So try that again. Yes, okay. So again, creating balance. You've got the Temperance card there, haven't you? Potential future energies. Yep, I do trust that. Ace of Swords. And any advice for you, Virgo? No, didn't want to quite come out. There we go. You have the Devil. That's very interesting. Okay, let's get you some oracle cards, starting with the Power of Surrender deck. So what else does Virgo need to know for October? Surrender to rest and sleep. I mean, that would help to create harmony and balance, wouldn't it, if you're worn out? Maybe that's actually a message to me to get some rest. Anyway, to prevent burnout, slow down, honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body and spirit. Okay. I think that's the only one we need to take for you. Next, we're going to get an oracle card from the Le Vampires deck, which is one of my favourite decks, and I've told every zodiac sign so far, and I've probably mentioned it on the channel before, that I'm a fan of horror films, always have been from a very inappropriate age. I loved vampires when I was younger. One of my favourite vampire and horror movies of all time is The Lost Boys, a film from the 1980s. And I also really liked the Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the original movie, the vampire movie, from the 1990s. So let's get you a vampire card. See if it's easier to show. Yeah, okay. I was going to say your cards have given me an easy ride so far compared to the other signs. And yeah. So you have, first of all, sacrifice, renunciation, offering, letting go. And if I can do this without ripping the mic off or dragging the camera down, you have faith, trust, unwavering confidence. So you may be letting something go this month as well. I mean, I'd suggest something will be let go with that Devil card, because that's what holds us back as well, isn't it? Yours is nice and it looks nice and simple so far. I think the two that I've done today, especially the first one, which I believe was a Gemini, I just struggled with that so much. It was really difficult to decipher, and it could be the energy that I'm in, but yours looks really straightforward. So let's clarify the Temperance card as your focal point. All right, that was quick. So we've got the 9 of Wands, and yep, I mean, I did speak of restoring harmony and balance there. So clearly something is putting you off balance, making you feel a little bit defensive. We're going to try that again. Justice. Okay. I mean, justice is another card of balance and fairness. There is an element of legal matters relating to justice as well. Justice is associated with legal matters, isn't it? This 9 of Wands, I'm not saying anybody's going to prison. I'm not predicting that. I mean, that's a possibility. I'm not predicting it, but it does look like a jail. I mean, I often say that this 9 of Wands looks like like she's got a protection spell. I mean, it is, to me, it is where she's been very defensive. Sometimes it looks like a caged animal, but it does kind of look a bit like a prison. And then you've got the Justice card. I wonder if anybody works in the legal system, like a prison officer or anything. That's something that potentially is coming up here. Or if somebody's recently come out of prison, possibly. Let's see what else comes out. Yeah, I'm getting I don't know why I'm getting this. If you or someone you know has recently come out of prison and are adjusting to life out of prison again. I don't know why that's coming through. That's a weird one, but you never know, dear. Right. And the Ace of Wands is like a new chapter, isn't it, as well? It looks like it's inspiration. It's it can be passion as well, but a lot of this month it feels a lot like a new chapter. For people. So if someone had come out of prison, whether it's yourself or someone that you know, it would be the beginning of a new chapter for them, and they would obviously want to restore harmony and balance and restart their life, wouldn't they, really? They would probably need to rest and recuperate after going through that sort of experience. Right, okay, that's not come through for me before, but it's here in this reading. So anything else? Is that the Eight of Cups I can see there? Yep, that would be the letting go. Excuse me, I'm going to have a drink of my chamomile tea. Okay, just had to do a pause there because my throat was really froggy. Let me just get one more. I have an idea here, but I just want to get that one. Yes, okay, I'm getting a yes, Seven of Pentacles. Right. So, as I say, well, okay, so if it's not prison, like literal prison, then it does get, there is a sense here of being freed from something and things become fair and starting a new chapter. Or seeking justice or fairness. That would be a form of restoring harmony and balance. So Eight of Cups is a card of leaving something behind, isn't it, which we had letting go here, to go towards the Ninth Cup. The Ninth Cup being the wishes, what you really hope for, desire, what feels fulfilling, is leaving it behind. I would say you're leaving whatever that is behind to go towards whatever it is that genuinely matches your cup, your energy, your vibration, what it is that you love, where you feel like what the effort and the energy and the emotion that you're putting in, you get it back in return, reciprocation. And there's a desire to do that as well. There's a desire to go and put your efforts and your energy elsewhere. I mean, I know what the Two of Cups means, but I'm tempted to just clarify and see if it can give us anything more specific here. Is there anything more specific to add to that? Something that you really value and that values you in return. With the Two of Cups, it goes both ways, doesn't it? So going where you are valued and doing what you value as well. Anything else for that? I think Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn, but it's an earth sign card as well, isn't it? You have the Page of Swords, so you probably have a new truth about whatever it is that matches you and your values and your vibration. If it's not a new truth, then you are learning about what it is that matches you now, and there's an element of soul searching here. This is also a card of it's a solitary card, isn't it? It's kind of going off on your own. So if you have been freed from something, it's a case of going off on your own path now. Okay, that's, yeah, it's a straightforward reading, thank God. My first straightforward reading of the day. So these here, I'm calling them sub-clarifiers now, which are clarifiers that clarify the clarifiers. And I'm putting them back in the deck because if I don't, then I end up with hardly any cards left. Because I know I use a lot of clarifiers. So let's put these back. So you're restoring peace and harmony. You may have left something behind. You may have been freed from something. And now you are going towards things that you value and what matches your cup. And you may have new truths about that. I just saw a weird light then. I don't know what that was. Or you may be learning about what those things are that you value and what match your cup. Things that match your cup. Let's clarify the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, and I would say with that Surrender to Rest and Sleep card, going towards things that match your energy, your vibration, things that you value, it kind of feels like rest in itself, doesn't it? Yeah, I think that's upright. It does feel like rest, doesn't it? Like for me, doing these tarot readings, doing the tarot videos, yes, it does. I do kind of feel tired after doing them, and sometimes the readings get heavy, and it does tire me out a bit, but in a way it still feels, I don't know if the word is rest, but it does feel rejuvenating. That to me feels more like rest than, say, if I don't know, if I went out and worked in an office and did a day's work in an office, that would wear me out big time. But doing these readings, it feels rejuvenating to me. It just depends on what your preferences are, doesn't it, really? So we're doing the Knight of Pentacles, your energy. So I would say you're actively moving towards and taking practical steps and planning and organizing how to move towards your star, whatever your star is. I mean, you've got, oh, I thought hope was in here actually. It's not. Faith, trust, unwavering confidence. To me, faith and hope go hand in hand. So those are your dreams, your wishes, your hopes, your aspirations, your desires. That too can be like rejuvenation, can't it, as well? The star card. Let's get more for that. You've got the Seven of Wands, so I would definitely say there's an energy of rejuvenation in that Seven of Wands card. Like your energy, restoration, I think, is associated actually with the star. So it's like restoring your energy, moving towards whatever it is that you aspire to is rejuvenating you and restoring your energy. And I mean, trust, unwavering confidence, that's like you standing up for it, fighting for it, whatever it is that you want. Five of Pentacles, that's where you leave something behind. Again, you've got the energy of letting go. But it just feels like you're standing up for what you want and leaving anything behind that doesn't serve you, or anything that leaves you like you're feeling out in the cold. You're going towards, I mean, she's literally going towards the sun. You're going towards your happiness again. With the sun, we're getting an energy here of rejuvenation. I mean, she's working, she's got 2 babies there, but she looks really content. She's in the sunlight, so whatever it is you're working on or working towards, it rejuvenates you. Like the energy's not wasted. It's, yeah. Anything else? Is it even worth getting one more to see? I'll get one more, but I don't think like it's worth it at this point. I mean, you've got the star and the sun on either side in between these cards. Just manifestation from that. Putting your energy and your intentions out into the universe to get what you want, but you are taking practical steps as well, because it's the Knight of Pentacles. So Emperor energy, I did say, I mean, it could be another person. It does feel more like your energy, like a boss energy around you, of leadership and taking control of your life back. I mean, we had this card here, which I said was freeing yourself. Maybe you're going from that to the Emperor, which he is free. He has sovereignty. He has his own schedule. He chooses what he does, where he goes. Nobody tells him what to do. You know what this is reminding me of here? I've just seen that weird light again. It's probably a reflection from one of my pieces of jewelry. It reminds me of the Godfather, him sitting there stroking the cat. And then the dog next to him is making me think of that saying, let sleeping dogs lie. I'm just being weird now. But yeah, it's literally reminding me of the Godfather, him sitting there stroking the cat. Okay. Right, you could be taking on Godfather energy, where anybody that gets in your way, not literally, but you know, nobody's getting in your way. Put it that way. That may be in the title. I think I might put Godfather energy in the title. It was Terminator energy last time, wasn't it? It was, Virgo, your last weekly reading was moving forward with Terminator energy, because I always say that you like the Terminator of the Zodiac. So it's gone from Terminator to the Godfather. Right, let's clarify the Emperor and stop messing about. That's going to stick with me though, to be honest now, the Godfather. Can we clarify the Godfather, please, the Emperor? Okay, thank you. Anything else? I'm already feeling like something about your beliefs has changed in terms of the way you work with others or cooperate with others. Yeah, I mean, that's, to me, that feels like beliefs as well, or standards or morals or something that you know, you've learned, or not learned, because the King of Swords, as the King of Swords learn, he just knows, doesn't he? So he'd have more like a realization or awareness of something rather than learning something. Anything else? Okay, well, we've got the Four of Cups, so you may have learned that you don't want to work with others potentially, because the Four of Cups, this one for me here, I know the Four of Cups is often associated with disappointment and lethargy and apathy and stuff like that. This one feels like he just wants solitude to meditate in peace. Literally feels like peace. Which is what we said with, well, not peace with Temperance, but it was more harmony, balance, that sort of thing. And this card is quite a balanced card. You've got the Four Cups that are all sort of equal and balanced around him. You may feel that the only way I don't know how to put it, but it's like you feel like more of an equal in solitude than with other people. I don't know how to explain that. I know that sounds really weird, like it's a weird way to say it, but that's what I'm getting. You may have decided that you don't want to work with others anymore, or you need a break from working with others, because Four of Cups can be like I know that Four of Swords is more like a pause, but this almost feels like a pause. This almost feels like a Four of Swords, to be honest, but with cups. So you may be requiring some solitude and some peace, and feeling like you don't want to work with others for a bit, you want your own space. I will get one more after that. Maybe that will make you feel like you've got rest if you're away from others. Yeah, that's a new cycle. So that's going into a new cycle. So yeah, you may very well. I mean, the Hanged Man is is it solitude? I think it can represent solitude, or am I imagining that as well? Because it's where you have your own space and time to think things through for yourself without any disturbances, interruptions. You're just thinking in your own mind, and nobody can sort of harass you. I mean, they're in a cocoon. In this, I know it's not literally a cocoon, it's like a straitjacket, and it looks like a David Blaine trick or something, doesn't it? But they are kind of in a cocoon to me. Getting ready to transform and thinking about their own beliefs. So you may need solitude at this point in time, and you may be going into a new cycle with that, and then that solitude or whatever it is you need will help you to build. It will enable you to build, because the King of Pentacles is a self-made man, isn't he? To build your own empire. I mean, for me, the King of Pentacles is like the minor arcana version than the Emperor, more so than any of the other I mean, I know it's Aries, it's an Aries card, so you would probably say it's more connected to the King of Wands, but to me, the King of Pentacles feels closer to the Emperor than the other cards. It's like you're building and nurturing your own empire, potentially, with that. You've got the Page of Wands on the bottom of the deck, and this Page of Wands for me feels like it's answering a calling. So you may feel that you're called to do this, okay? Still giving Godfather energy, even with that King of Pentacles. Okay. Let's look at this Judgment card here. So this is the past. So it's like reviewing the past potentially, or going, I mean, this one for me often feels like going off on your own path. So this is something that's already happened. If you have chosen to go off on your own path, again, that's the solitude, isn't it? It's something that's already happened, or you've already... I said there was something here about our beliefs with the Hanged Man, beliefs about working with other people. That's something that you may have already thought about, and the past could be anything from a day ago to a couple of years ago, couldn't it? Or longer than that, really. But let's look at that Judgment card. Okay. Right, so that Nine of Swords suggests stress and anxiety. You've got the Lovers there. Queen of Cups, anything else? I'm getting the feeling or the thought that you're going off on your own path because something didn't feel right. Yeah, that's what I'm getting there. Anything else? I think I'll clarify the Lovers on its own. I'm getting a feeling or a thought as well of something about I don't belong here, and that's another reason you may be going off on your own path. Okay. Or you didn't belong somewhere. Yeah, but all of this energy now, so it's like you've got that single card there of stress or anxiety or whatever it is, or disappointment, or feeling like you don't belong, and then moving away from that because she is literally going off on her own path, going towards choosing what you love, doing what you love. You've got the Queen of Cups there. She isn't afraid of her feelings. She isn't afraid to admit how she feels. Three of Cups is a card of support. That would be where you belong, wouldn't it? That's where you are genuinely cared for, genuinely supported. Whatever you go towards now, it fills your cup. You have a full cup to give, or it fills your cup. The King of Wands is that determination and the desire and the drive and ambition to pursue what you want. And then the Knight of Wands, again, more determination, fearlessness, going off on a new path, on a new adventure. I will get one for the Lovers just to clarify if there's anything specific about what you love, choosing what you love there. It may not tell me anything. Six of Cups suggests it's something you have considered before or done before, and you may be going back to something that you love, maybe. Anything else? Maybe children involved, because there's kids in here, or potentially elderly people, vulnerable people, actually. because the elderly sometimes are considered vulnerable, and children are vulnerable as well. So there may be young people or older people. Anyone who's vulnerable, it could be disabilities too, are involved. Anything else for that Lovers card? So this one was first, and I am getting with that Three of Swords, that's to me again is just vulnerability. It could potentially be, because I did say it may be something you loved or tried in the past or wanted to do in the past, and it may not have worked out in the past, but now you're wanting to move forward and try it again. But as I say, I am also getting that it's just a combination of the Six of Cups and Three of Swords together is vulnerability together. So vulnerable people, potentially people who've been hurt actually. You may be moving towards doing something that involves helping people who've been hurt. Let's get one more after that. I don't know if it'll help or make it more confusing, but I'm curious. I'm literally curious to see what that's about. There may be a lot of communication involved as well in whatever you're doing. Strength, yeah. If it's vulnerable people or people who have been hurt, you may have been helping, encouraging them, supporting them, helping them to move on, to move forward. Again, it still feels like communication could potentially be involved there as well. All right, that's interesting. Let's get these sub-clarifiers back in the deck. And Virgo, thank you for giving me a straightforward reading today, because the other two drained me. I think that's probably why I was tired coming into yours. And I'm not blaming the other signs, but yeah, sometimes the readings for a particular sign are just hard. I think the first Scorpio one, or one of the first Scorpio ones I ever did, oh my God, I had a headache after that reading for like the whole day. It was really, I mean, I felt sorry for them because obviously I'm just reading the energy. They're the ones experiencing it, but that was tough, heavy energy. Right, Two of Pentacles. So again, this can be about restoring harmony and balance. It can also be managing things, juggling things, managing things. Okay, and especially if you are working independently or in a solitary way at the moment, you would kind of have a lot on your plate. But in this particular Two of Pentacles, she has perfect balance, doesn't she? Usually with the Two of Pentacles, they've got one ball or pentacle, sorry, and their hand is up in the air, the other's lower down. Sometimes they're on one leg. It looks like they're a court jester. This one, she looks like she's in perfect balance. So whatever you are juggling here in the present, you're probably doing a decent job or doing your best to keep the balance. Right, we have the Hermit in reverse. Anything else? You have the, where are you? You don't want to come out. Eight of Wands again. You may be starting to come out of hermit mode, or wanting to come out of hermit mode. Like, so, that's a strange one, that is, because I said it was even if you are working in a solitary way without colleagues, if you were starting a business by yourself, you do need to communicate with other people to operate a business by yourself, don't you? Okay, let's get more clarifiers on this. I may clarify the Hermit on its own just to see what that means properly. So there's that balancing card again, but this one's less balanced. As I say, he's on one leg, he's on a log which could roll off with him. He's got one in the air, one in his hand. You've got the dog bringing him lunch, I'm assuming, which is really strange. Has anyone got a dog around them while they're working from home, potentially? You know. Right, this Six of Pentacles. So this is a card of balance as well, but again, this is a card of generosity and giving. So again, there was that element of vulnerable people up here. You may be assisting vulnerable people, possibly, because it's kids. Are they kids, teenagers? It looks like teenagers, doesn't it? But it's giving to others. You've got being willing to take a risk. Is that your energy or is that their energy? Right, I'm going to clarify the Hermit first of all in reverse. I'm not going to take that, don't trust it. Why is the Hermit in reverse? It's boundaries. I mean, the Queen of Swords for me on her own is boundaries, but with the Hermit there, it feels like boundaries, and I don't know how that works, but okay, I get it. It's sort of the combination between solitary working and working with others, where you have to have strong boundaries to get what you need at the appropriate time. So if you're feeling like you want to be solitary, then you have your boundaries up. If you're feeling like you want to be a bit more communicative and open with people, then you're doing that. But it's sort of the balance between the solitary and then going to work with others, but it's having strong boundaries to do that. Okay. The Fool. So as I said, I'm thinking, is this your energy or is it the energy of vulnerable people? I see the Fool as vulnerable because I don't know if he's the full ticket, to be frank. That sounds awful to say, but well, no, it doesn't really. He's very I can't think of the right word, but I don't want to say irresponsible, but maybe because he's about to step off a cliff, so that makes him slightly vulnerable. In a way, but let's clarify the Fool. Why is that in reverse? What is that? Yeah. It could be about you being in a process of taking a risk in whatever it is you're building and not knowing if it's going to work out. But it could also be the energy of a vulnerable person or vulnerable people that you're working with and helping them to rebuild whatever it is they're trying to build as well or work on. Five of Swords, that doesn't actually help. Let's get another one after that. I'm still getting more to do with vulnerable people. Again, it still could be you taking a risk in terms of what you're building and not being certain if it's going to come together. That Five of Swords and the Devil could be a little bit of opposition from others, a little bit of doubt. It could potentially be a lack of support from others, hence why you would want to work in a solitary way if you're not getting the right support and figuring it all out for yourself. But again, it could be vulnerable people helping them to rebuild. This is what they could be at risk from if they're vulnerable. This energy, this... I need to recheck the definitions of this card because my mind is going blank with that Five of Swords at the minute. Conflicts, external conflicts, helping them to get their head together, actually, is what I'm getting with that Five of Swords. And to not be held back, and where anything is holding them back, helping them to move forward. Right, let's put the sub clarifiers back. Right, Ace of Swords. You might be using your knowledge. I mean, it can be about clarity as well in the future, but it can be using your own knowledge. But let's see. What do we get for this? Probably clarity, actually, with that Ten of Wands, because that's where you let something go again, that letting go energy, dropping burdens. Truth, victory as well, actually. And if you're dropping burdens, that is a victory in itself, isn't it? Anything else? Four of Pentacles, that's a card of needing to let go. But it's a protective energy too, isn't it? Anything else? The Moon, that's the unknown. It is feeling more like clarity actually here so far with these kind of cards, clarifying it, clarifying the clarity card. With these types of cards, clarifying the Ace of Swords, which can be a card of clarity, it probably is more to do with gaining clarity, because here you're dropping some sort of burden. Four of Pentacles is where you're holding on or being protective about something. I mean, if you're facing the unknown, you would be protective, wouldn't you? And you would need clarity if you're facing the unknown. Two of Swords, to me, this particular Two of Swords is often about trusting your instincts. It can be about having two truths as well. But I feel like it's more about trusting your instincts here in order to, again, create like harmony. You're getting Temperance a lot, aren't you? Yeah, to create harmony, to create balance, to alchemy, to create something new. So as a future energy, this is where you need clarity or you gain clarity potentially. Let's get something for that Moon card. if anything will come out for it. Yeah. You may gain clarity about how to keep things stable or rebuild your foundations. I mean, yep, the Knight of Pentacles would be someone that is able to build and grow something. And stability is stability as well. Seven of Swords. Why have you shown up now to confuse things? That could be about risks as well with that Seven of Swords. Probably lightly taking a risk to transform things. So you're facing the unknown, but it's like you will or can gain some sort of clarity that will help you to rebuild the foundations. And it takes dedication as well. That in that way you'll kind of transform things. So we'll put the sub-clarifiers back again. And we'll put the main clarifiers on top of the Ace of Swords. So it looks like things will hopefully become clearer as you let go fully of whatever it is you need to let go of. I've got the Devil. That's a card of holding back, isn't it? So why is the Devil here? Is there anything specific that needs to be let go of? Let's put that back. Your card keeps coming out. The Virgo card, the Knight of Pentacles. Nope. Oh dear. So the Five of Swords try to peek out. I would say let go of anything that creates conflict or people, whether that's people, situations. Let go of any conflicts, whether it means you have to walk away from people or certain situations. Is there anything else? Anything restrictive. Let go of anything restrictive. Free yourself. Anything that's literally feeling like a prison, because that looks like a prison as well. Let it go. Walk away. Free yourself. Anything else? Anything else that Virgo needs to let go of or that's holding them back? That looks like confusion there, potentially. Doubt I'm getting as well, actually, from that. Let go of any doubts. I mean, you've got faith about having confidence. That's going to be up right here. Ace of Pentacles. If there are any new opportunities that present themselves to you, don't let any sense of fear or restriction or doubt hold you back from the new opportunity. I would say go for it. I did say in one of the other readings that this particular Devil card almost looks like, you know, when you have a devil or an angel on your shoulder, but he's just one big devil. So don't let the little devil side on your shoulder hold you back and put fears and doubts into your mind. Six of Swords. Yeah, that's that peace that you want. Again, when I talked about restoring harmony, balance, having solitude, it's restoring that peace and knowing what's holding what's sacred close to you, or maybe learning what's sacred and valuable to you as well. Anything else? Ten of Swords. And that with this particular card, I don't know if I just said it in this reading or another one, that person here always reminds me of the Hermit, like your inner knowing is guiding you towards peace, and she's literally going towards a new opportunity. Again, this is just conflict. This is almost like that Five of Swords that wanted to come out, where it's like let go of anything that anything toxic, frankly, anything that feels like it's stabbing you in the back, let it go. If anything needs to end, let it end. I will get one for that Ten of Swords on its own, actually, if I can manage to shuffle now that we have hardly anything in the deck. Very hard to shuffle a small deck, if not impossible. Yeah, the Five of Swords is back, isn't it? Frankly, and you've got the Three of Swords now. Okay, so you've got the Five of Swords, the Three of Swords, as clarifies for the Ten of Swords. So literally anything toxic, get it the hell out of your life. You've got the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups, yeah, and just focus on the things that you desire, that you hope for, that you dream for, your faith, whatever your faith is. Trust how you feel. And in the last reading, I talked about using emotional maturity and emotional intelligence to help you with your manifesting and staying grounded while you manifest. And I would say the same thing here. And in that reading as well, I talked about, I always have this curiosity about how I know they often say in manifesting that you need to maintain a high vibration, blah, blah, blah. But I always ask the question, well, what about people who have mental health problems, people who are depressed, suicidal, who are grieving? Yes, it's realistic that you will have down days or whatever where you're not feeling great and you might be in low vibe. But then people who have long-term mental health issues, where do they fit in terms of high vibes, manifestation, all that kind of stuff? Because surely if you're someone who's paranoid and you're angry and aggressive and stuff because of a mental illness, is that high vibe? Does that mean that you're unable to manifest? Or say if somebody's grieving and they're angry that someone they love has died, they're feeling hurt, loss, void, lack. Say if they meet someone new while they're grieving and they meet a new partner, which has happened where people remarry not long after their partners died. How did that come into their life if they were grieving? Just big questions. If anybody has any information, please share it. I'm always interested. Or if anyone is a reader or a spiritual person who wants to collaborate on anything like that and create some content related to that, I'd be happy to do that, because I'm really curious about that stuff. I don't have the answers. I think emotional intelligence and maturity are probably connected to high vibrations. Not to say that you never feel like shit, but there's something there. Anyway, I will stop talking. I've said enough. So your advice is to release anything toxic. Don't allow anything restrictive or toxic to hold you back from new opportunities. So let's get you a final oracle card of advice from the African Goddess Rising deck. Okay, one more card of advice from the African Goddess Rising deck for Virgo. Wow, that was aggressive. You have two, I think. You have, rage. And I was just talking about toxicity. This has come up for, I think you're the third sign to get this card, and I actually like it. It came up for a personal reading for me as well. And then you have sacred lust as well, and I don't know how the hell that's going to fit in, but we'll have a look at it and see. So this rage card, I just feel this rage card at present, it's about where you're sick of certain situations. I mean, I said at the beginning, it's like you're freeing yourself from something where you felt trapped and imprisoned. It's where you take that rage and you channel it into creating the life that you want. It's not just that you're pissed off and you're just angry and that's the end of it. I know for myself personally, if I start to get angry about something, especially ongoing situations where I've tried to be calm and graceful or gracious about it, once that rage kicks in, you know that you've put up with too much and boundaries have been crossed, and the rage then, it gives me the fire and the spark to change things and to make improvements in my life. So let's read the rage card, which is number 23, which I have said in other videos is haunting me and has been since July. Still not 100% sure what the meaning is, but it's literally everywhere on everything, so I can't ignore it. Right, rage, the Medusa card. So shadow of rage. Medusa is feared as an ugly, vicious monster bitch. The truth, this Libyan Berber dark goddess of wisdom's rage is sacred, epic, and fully justified. You are pissed off, petrified, angry, and shaking, but underneath that you are hurt and heartbroken. Feeling undervalued is overwhelming. You can't stay silent anymore. Let your joys, hopes, and beauty rage on. Take a breath, close your eyes, and put both hands over your lower abdomen. Tune into the part of you that feels out of control. Flood it with loving, healing, golden light. Now put both hands over your heart and do the same. You have a right to your full range of emotions, including anger. Sacred rage inspires us to run for office, lead protests, and shift policies, but unhealthy rage can devour your very soul. Get clear on what is really happening. Allow yourself to feel your feelings, to see the truth. Just because you feel threatened does not mean that you are being threatened. And the declaration says, I have a right to feel my feelings. So we'll put her here and we will do the sacred lust card, and I'm curious to see how this will fit in. I mean, I have seen the card before, but I'm just, in this particular reading, it's a little bit, I mean, unless there's a relationship element to it, I don't know. But let's see. So Ketesh, goddess of sacred lust. Ketesh, the mistress of the gods, is the Egyptian goddess of sacred sexuality, ecstasy, and fertility. Her two men, yes, two men, are the fertility god Min and Mantu, the god of war. You are an erotic creature. You have a divine right to experience sensual ecstasy. It is sacred to give and receive pleasure. You deserve to feel good. It feels good to feel good, so allow yourself to feel good. Lean into your sacred lust. Turn up your own fire and quench your thirst. Dance with pleasure. You daring to embrace your sensuality will set the world on fire. It feels good to feel good. So this to me it's that spark, isn't it? I mean, yes, it could be about sex basically, but it's more that spark to pursue what it is you want and to do what you want. It could also be in relation to that surrender to rest and sleep card, is that I think it is said that sex in itself can be restorative sometimes, can't it? It can be a way to release, can't it? It can release pent up energy. It can rejuvenate. So that could be a way, in a weird way, to get rest and sleep. I mean, sometimes the best sleep people get is after sex, isn't it? Well, if I'm wrong, somebody can tell me I'm wrong. But yeah, okay, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it there. Thank you for watching the video. If you would like this vintage tarot book, remember to send me an email. And again, if anyone does want it, then I'll let you all know on Friday the 13th of October, my birthday. Feel free to leave your comments. And until the next video, take care.